Oh, hey Hans, what's up, man?
Oh, hey man, not much. Just editing a segment for this week. Hashtag not on desk.
Don't you usually have lit during this period, though? Hashtag AP nerd.
Yeah, but like, we're doing presentations in class, and she said that I could just come down here and work since I already finished mine. Hashtag dedication, hashtag early bird gets the worm.
Hashtag nice, man. Hey, maybe you can help me with my segment that I'm working on. Hashtag writer's block, hashtag it's awful. So, yeah, it's right here. I only have 2 minutes for this, but I want to keep this clip here and this clip over here. Hashtag decisions, hashtag they're both awesome, hashtag can't make up my mind.
Hashtag failure, bro. Hashtag time limits suck. What about that interview over there? Can you cut that? Hashtag he won't even notice. Hashtag gotta make sacrifices.
Oh yeah, that works. Hashtag awesome, hashtag thanks, bro.
Hashtag no probs.
Hey, did you see the ending to Breaking Bad? Hashtag goodbye Breaking Bad.
I did not. Hashtag disappointment. Hashtag only one who missed it.
What? How could you not? Hashtag greatest ending ever.
I don't even watch the show. Hashtag no cable. Hashtag low tech. Hashtag typewriters. Hashtag CSI Miami. Hashtag speaking of great endings.
Oh please, hashtag that's nothing. Hashtag Breaking Bad forever. Hashtag what do I do with my life now? Hashtag Netflix. Hashtag reruns. Hashtag no hope.
Well, what even happened?
Can't say. Hashtag no spoilers.
Dude, like, this segment airs like a week after the show ends. Hashtag everybody's seen it. Hashtag except for me. Hashtag no cable props.
Hashtag sorry. Hashtag can't do it. Hashtag you gotta see it. Hashtag it's one of those things.
Hashtag whatever. Hey, did you see that Jimmy Fallon segment? Like, the one with the hashtags and stuff? Hashtag awesome, hashtag hilarious, hashtag LOL.
Yeah, hashtag late night, hashtag LO, hashtag oops, hashtag not allowed to say that on video announcements.
Hashtag downer, hashtag corporate censorship, hashtag no rights, hashtag great ideas, hashtag down the drain.
Hashtag jealous of late, hashtag lawsuit 2000, hashtag fight the power, hashtag fight the man.
Dude, we should do that segment. Like, we should just take it. Like, hashtag it's not stealing, hashtag fair use, hashtag freedom of expression, hashtag constitution, hashtag James Madison, hashtag 5'4", hashtag fourth president, hashtag winning.
Hashtag no way man, hashtag speaking of lawsuit, hashtag bad ending, Breaking Bad, hashtag good ending, hashtag full circle.
Hashtag what's the problem? Hashtag just high school students, hashtag no harm, no foul, hashtag foul ball, hashtag Indians, hashtag Cleveland sports, hashtag actually doing pretty good this year, hashtag maybe this season?
Well, hashtag gotta get permission, hashtag better go ask Mr. Green.
Hashtag fingers crossed.
Hashtag no.